How's it going, guys? I'm your host Caravan Gaming. Welcome back to another free-to-play bosses challenge episode, and for today's boss we'll be looking at Lurking Doombinder. So this boss actually came out 2 years ago and it is actually not that difficult now, but back when it first came out I still remember I was so pissed trying to beat it because there was some stupid bug when it first came out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. And you can choose to give in to your power for a easy boss fight, or you can give it more than a bargain for, which is a harder boss fight. And I can't remember what are the bonus rewards, if any, or it's just some fanciful custom title only. Okay, so I'm going to do this completely free to play. Let me go ahead and dismiss my guest later on. And for today's build, I'll be running a standard mage build. Okay, this is a ranger pyre build. You will need 250 points in intellect, and I recommend 250 points in luck as well. The last 250 points you can put it anywhere else. You can put it in charisma to boost your pet healing or damage, or you can put it in endurance if you want to boost your tankiness, though I don't think you really need a lot of tankiness here, which I'll showcase later on. Okay, so this boss has 92, 92, 102 MRM, which is slightly above average. The magic defense, however, is pretty high. It has freedom, which means you can't stun it. Boss boost plus 40, so it's not going to be easy to land stuff against it. And then it has 100% to all resistances, 150% to light, and minus 25% to darkness. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I have with me here my necromancer armor. You want your class title to be necromancer as well. For shields, I'm going to be running the Eclipse Dragonlord's Will shield. This is the best free to play darkness shield, even if you're not a warrior, in my opinion, simply because there aren't any other good free to play options out there. For weapons, you will want to run Rainbow Ray Gun, and that's basically it. Yeah, pets, I would recommend a healing pet like Fairy Godmother G. They'll work very well, so I'm going to have the pet heal my MP. Okay, so we get the drop, which is really nice. Let me dismiss Polala. Okay, you don't need Polala, that's not free to play anyways. And for items, you'll want a Darkness Miscellaneous item. Darkness resist miscellaneous item, and the best choice is obviously Head of Radius Dragon, reducing it by 10%. The downside, however, is that it does cost a turn to use, but that's not really a big deal here. Okay, so for items, for weapons, you want to switch over to Rainbow Ray Gun, and then we'll spend the first turn to use the Head of Radius Dragon item first to make sure that it doesn't do any damage to us. So you can see here, 3% Darkness resist. Yep. He's not even going to tickle me, okay? So I have the Rainbow Ray Gun at magic damage, and then we want to scramble. Okay, because if you don't, what you want to do is you want to hit the monster with darkness element, and if you don't hit it, then this dark conduit here, which is an auto inflict status, I think. Okay, so what it does is that it will grow stronger every turn, and it's basically like burn. It's a darkness burn, and if you don't hit the monster with darkness element to cleanse the dark conduit away, it will just grow to a ridiculous amount and you won't be able to handle it. Okay, so that's what you want to do. We want to set that to scramble mode, and it doesn't matter what it scrambles to because literally everything else will work. Of course, it will get 150%, you'll be the best. If you get 100%, it's still workable, so no worries about that. And yep, just to make sure this doesn't have any form shift immunity. Okay, so we didn't get that lucky here, only got 100%, but that is totally fine. Well, you can see here, this guy has defense loss now, minus 30. Okay, so we're going to be able to hit it quite easily. For weapons, you can switch to any other weapon out there. It doesn't matter because you will not be using your weapon. What you'll be using is your spells. And for me here, I want to be using the Haunting spell. Okay, so you can note that this boss doesn't have any damage cap. So if you want to nuke, you can go ahead and nuke. But otherwise, I would say you can just go with your Haunting. Okay, your Precise Haunting is usually the best value for MP, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so you can see here, yep, and you did about 2000 plus, that's fine, it's good enough. If you have any boosting weapons or any boosting pets or gases, you can go ahead and use those to speed it up. I prefer to stick with this because it's super accessible and also very easy to go ahead and do. So you can see here, tankiness is the name of the game. Our barrier will just keep growing. I don't think he will be able to do more damage than the barrier. Let's see, so just now he ended off at 406. Yeah, so we are gaining on the barrier little by little, not a lot, but you know what, it's good enough because he will never be able to even scratch your HP bar. You can use a modern darkness miscellaneous resist item as well. It won't work as well, but it'll work well enough for you to, you know, go ahead and win the fight. Alright, so that's what you can do. Besides something, if you want to use Grand Haunting or if you want to use Destruction Burst, that also works. Destruction Burst, just keep in mind making sure that, I don't know if it defaults to Fire or Darkness. It may or may not work. Let me just test out once. Okay, so it defaults to Fire, so you don't want to do Destruction Burst. Okay, so both are equal. It'll default to Fire unless you somehow manage to get very lucky and make Darkness 150%. Otherwise, I would suggest sticking to Haunting because you can use it to cleanse your Dark Conduit away as well. So I'm going to do Precise Haunting again. Lucky Strike is very nice, and that is why I have Luck Train to speed up every single thing. Okay. And we can just keep doing this. Haunting, Precise. You can see here he has an Ellie Shield now, which will reduce the damage he takes, but again, that's not a big deal. Also have the Bleed toggle turned on. This is to help, you know, increase the damage output that we can do against the monster. Also, he has Blind now. Oh, that's quite nice, which means that he is probably not going to be able to hit you, which is really, really good. Oh, come on. And oh, he landed a hit. Doesn't matter. Look at our HP barrier. Like, he is definitely not going to get through that. Look at that. 642. Still full health. The only health that was lost was from the initial Destruction Burst damage. Yeah, that was the only health that was lost. But I can see you really don't need much, you know, and you don't need any endurance inside of this fight. So don't use endurance, it's just a waste. Yeah, it's just a waste of your stat points. Put it in something else. Technically, like putting it in dexterity is a waste as well. So ideally, you want to put it in charisma, I guess. Yeah, that would be the best if you're going with the same strategy that I'm doing here. And there we go. So about halfway there. Unlucky Strike, that is awesome. So Precise Haunting is the efficient one, and it is also the best in terms of how much damage you can do before you actually need to heal up. Okay, oh. Okay, he cleansed himself of the bleed. I was thinking of using the, what do you call it? Absorb Hexes, but never mind. You can just do one more turn of Precise Haunting. So you can do the Absorb Hexes before he cleanses himself of the bleed, or before he resists it. But if you don't, or if you're unable to do that, what you can do is you can just drink an MP pot like me, because this is the faster and lazier method. Okay, I'm sure everyone has at least one MP pot to spare, so yeah, you don't have to worry too much about it. 9926, okay. And look at our barrier, almost 1000 HP, guys. Doing no damage to us using this setup. So even if this minus 10% Head of Radius Dragon gets patched in the future, just use a modern Darkness Miscellaneous Resist item, which you take minus 50% damage from. It still works perfectly well with this strategy, and you might not be able to stack the barrier as high, or you might not be able to stack the barrier at all, but the amount of HP that the amount of damage that it does to you should still be insignificant enough that you don't really need much HP healing. So yeah, here we go. Super duper easy. Oh, back then it was such a pain because I had to literally go out of the whole quest and come in again just to go ahead and beat him because of the stupid bug. And yeah, this quest is not exactly a short quest, so if you're planning on doing this quest, then you definitely want to watch this video before you go ahead and start on the quest. You don't want to, you know, reach this point and realize that you don't have the right gear for the fight, and then, you know, you're just stuck hitting this monster and not being able to win, and then you have to redo the entire quest again just to be able to beat him. Alternatively, you can just, you know, do the other method, which is given to your power. You can do that as well, but because if you die here, it'll take you back to the initial screen and you can choose again. So you can go that route if you don't want to have this tough boss fight. I can't remember what this boss fight gives you. I think it's just a title. Let us see at the end. I can't remember. Okay. Last stretch. Yeah, not many special mechanics. Very, very easy. He gives himself at least shield, but also a blind as well. So, yeah, so that's also quite easy to, you know, get around. Especially the blind. I guess you can dodge slash him too if you want to. But we are talking about free-to-play accessible strategies here. Unless you have the seasonal stuff, yeah, dodge slash is not something that I'll consider very free-to-play friendly. Or like rare or seasonal friendly. So, yeah. That's why I try to avoid those whenever possible. There we go, last bit. Alright, last bit here. And easy, there you go. We've beaten the lurking Doombinder. Challenge fight. Piece of cake. Okay, let's see. Is there another fight? I don't think there is, right? Skip through all this. To be continued. Yes, okay. Shop. Shop. What do you get in the shop? 2 years ago. I can't even remember what's here. I don't think there's anything great. Let's just see. Spells. Oh, really? Undead Hydra guesses. Not that good in my opinion. So it's probably a skip. Pets as well. Same thing. Faces. Doombinder mask. This actually... Okay, nah. This looks ugly. Okay. Doombringer. Okay, yeah, I think this is what you get. The title for 10,000 gold, Doombringer. Okay, and I think if you go the easy route, I think you don't get this title. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But that's it for today's episode. Hope you guys have found this video helpful, and if you have any suggestions on other bosses you'd like me to go through, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you guys like this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to this channel if you guys would like to see more of such future content. Till the next time, I'm your host Carbon Gaming. Peace out.